Hey guys, Brian here from Topdeck. So today we will have a locals match review with none other than P.U.N.K, YCS Hartford winner 2022. Very proud of him. Australia representing. Yeah, so we all decided to put down our striker decks. Everyone at our locals who play striker decided to put down our striker decks and have some fun. So we'll be exploring the new format with new decks. So of course I'm on my branded tier deck. Poj is on his P.U.N.K deck. So without further ado, let's get right in. Now I'm gonna leave the audio up.
On the P.U.N.K deck. I'm on the Tearlament
It's
deck.
like a little vlog.
Let's go. Hi Andrew. I'm Moon.
My friends from the locals.
Let's get the right angle.
Yeah, so I have a $7 tripod from Kmart. It's very bad, so it keeps falling off. As you can see here, it's gonna fall off. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, we'll just skip through it. As you can see, we can't find the right angle. Yeah, so we'll just skip straight to the match here. I'm gonna turn the audio on so you guys know what's going on.
I really feel as if like EG's gonna shit my head. It's like cash it.
Yeah.
I just cashed it like the 5K. Like,
Do excuse there might be occasional swearing in there, so because we're in Australia, swearing is part of our daily language. So I did win the dice roll and I'll be opting to go first. I was very excited to burst post, so do excuse my
I went in the morning like
rowdiness.
fucking 1.5K. I went with him. I blew it all. Fuck, I was so pissed when I went home. You fucking no clue.
So we begin with the instant fusion here. We're always trying to play around hand traps, so we'll get relinquish anima,
Oh yeah, at least see like yeah.
paying 1,000 life points.
Millennial is the street. Like, go.
So we were very scared of double hand trap. We know everyone in this locals is trying to play a lot of hand traps, and I was probably the only one not playing it. Yeah, so he sucks up the monster. Slurpy slurp.
I had 5 of them. I told him 10 bucks. I was gonna get a copy for myself, and I realized how fucking expensive those were. I was like, probably not. I bought a place today.
Yeah, those were $10 Australian for a while. Should have picked all of them up. They're like $60 now. Yeah, it's been a long day. Just came straight from work, so I did mess up a few times, but Poe was very nice to let me. Well, he knew what I was meant to do because we do play each other a lot. He does watch me play a lot and provide a lot of feedback, so he knows I don't usually mess up in these situations. Only like maybe when I'm nervous, I choke a little.
Fuck, I should've just won that.
Yep. Should have told him.
Wasn't playing pubs that day.
Then we follow up with a field spell. Perfect. To search a TNA. So again, we're trying to find the one that minimizes variance and maximize success the most. We thought about Merly. It has been a long day. I should not be searching Merly, and I realized that in the middle after I search it, because I realized what if I miss, right? What if I miss? So yeah, so Pojang was very nice to let me take that. So we'll be searching Rhino Heart, and Rhino Heart will guarantee us a kit into the trap, and we do have a beast in the graveyard, so that's very standard. So we'll have a window on their turn. But we know he's on the pure P.U.N.K deck, so we know that it's one of the crazy decks in terms of combos, in terms of what they can do. So I knew just a Mirror J was not enough, so I chose to extend and play into the nib. Let's see if he had it. Well, I know whether he had it or not, but we'll see. So this is actually a very good end board. If you we'll just pause the video right here. So this is a very good end board. We would have preferred a branded opening somewhere in the graveyard. Branded opening is very good. It provides protection for your fusion monsters and triggers all the tears in the hand. It could force trigger the tear in your hand if you set it. So we didn't have access to branded opening, very unfortunately. So we did choose to extend to play into hand traps because yeah, it's a crazy decks. Window on opponent's turn, banish. It's pretty good. So, you know, when people start thinking in end of main, it's kind of scary. So yeah, he did have the nib, but I did have the mill 5. That's why I felt safe extending into the nib. But let's see if we get lucky. King of the Swamp, branded opening, Dark Lord no more. Merly, we already used Merly. And Call by the Grave.
Hey, but at least you can protect your fusions.
Yeah, so because we both built the deck very recently, so we didn't even have tokens. I have changed the list. I removed one terraforming and the fusion substitute for one more Rhino because of exactly this happening. I keep missing. So pose on the pure bunk deck. The field spell's insane. The field spell's insane. It can draw twice. It could special summon twice. It's crazy. It goes with emergency teleport, and he should be summoning either Shirakusai or Xiamen. So he summons Shirakusai.
Watch me make sure you don't misplay.
You're making him nervous, bro.
So he goes Xiamen effect. I chain Happiness. And because this is my first time versing the Punk deck, I was very unsure about the effects. I of course known the typical Punk engine, Xiamen, Foxy Tune, Ogre Dance, and a bit of Note. But yeah, I missed again. Happiness effect, terrible.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm sad unlucky.
Sometimes I'm lucky. So Shirakusai pays 600 life point and fusion summons from hand or field. So Poe will be getting the level 8 carp. As you can see, he just built the deck for fun because it's not even slaved. Because I do control a tier, because I did keep the Happiness in hand, I'm able to book it. Letting that live is kind of scary. It's very scary because it summons 2 straight from deck. So I had to set that one. And then I'm trying to go for the window play. So here we have to think. Yeah. We all know Pojang's very good. Just let him think a little. When he thinks, it's really scary because he knows exactly what you're going to do. He sees line that people don't typically see. Yeah, very scary. So he knows I'm trying to go into a window here, and he's trying to out the window. So he does play a lot of outs to window in his deck. So the thought process here for Poe is like, I have a field spell up. How do you out the 2700 attack window? So he chooses the Gizmek to not waste his one special summon. Banishes top 8 as cost. Summon the Gizmek. Orochi. So now, because I know, I don't think I knew about the field spell, so I was kind of worried going into window. So my thought process here was maybe I go into other things to out the Orochi, so he doesn't have extender. But we knew he searched Note, so he could always have extra body if he wants to. But we also, the other thought was going to window anyways, make him waste his battle phase. Baking Waste is battle phase. We don't die next turn. We know the deck only plays like one negate. Maybe it's Baron. There's other interruptions obviously, but we're just thinking if we live one more turn, we have a better chance to win.
This is Dino, right?
So we did decide to make the window, shuffling the beast and the siren. Summoning window. So it's a 2700 attack window. So Gizmo couldn't out it, so it was pretty good. This is just a reminder, you see that Snorlax over there? A reminder not to play into Nib if you don't have to. But I believe I had to. Look at his hand, it's pretty crazy. So if I had one Mirror Jade, I'd probably just lose, right? Yeah, new format. A lot of people need to see what cards do. Although Window is a very old card, some people forget what it does. And I'm here to remind people that Window is still a win condition. So we have our friend Andrew plays Punk a lot. He's suggesting another line of play.
During your appendix, you can pay 600, synchro summon 1 punk. But he summoned this and then I get it. Yeah, he summoned it already. He just leaves it on the field. Oh. Is that this? I take 3. You've taken 12. Yeah, then I can't do anything. Yeah, you can't do anything. Stop, man. Stop judging me, man. We're just having fun here, sir. We're just having fun today, sir. Let me have fun.
So this is my first time actually filming dialogue at a locals. So yeah, my friends are making fun of me.
Andrew's the best player.
I've been playing the game in a week now and fucking yikes.
You can special summon.
Yeah, that was pretty shook.
Oh, you vanished. Does this trigger any time when it's sent to the graveyard?
So we're not in a good position, but we do have window up. Now you will see us do a misplay because they do have trouble outing the window. I didn't know how the trap worked, and Poe will point it out later that we did misplay because I didn't know you needed to control a Punk for the trap to activate. But I didn't even know the trap existed anyway, so I haven't read Punk cards. But I had a Merly effect. 1, 2, and 3. So we milled a Dark Ruler, Super Poly, and Swamp. I haven't hit anything the whole day, and I did get destroyed round 1 because I didn't mill anything, and I versed the mirror, and they milled everything. So now Window is vulnerable, and the game is essentially over if he has a lot of cards to play with. He has 3 cards in hand.
Sometimes struggles. One name. Joke's on him. He can't use adventure stuff.
Yeah, just pain at this point. Pain at this point, cause I see my life slowly fading away. Yeah, so the match is essentially over, and he will point us the misplay that we did. So I think it was around here.
That turn when you have the two monsters, you just put the token in this to attack, and you pressure and you attack both my punks. So you attack my punk, I revive the punk to attack. Then I can't use it to attack.
I never versed the deck. I don't know the trap.
I can't use
need the control.
It's just a dragon, yeah. And then you can, your first one resolves. And then you can kick my idiot as well.
Yeah, so P.U.N.K is very good in terms of constructive criticism. Everyone at Strike One Collectibles are competing at a higher level because of P.U.N.K and Peter Mitro. Big shout out to them for upping the skill levels of our locals. Every time we go to other locals, we typically are top of the list, or we top at events at regionals. I remember at States, top 16, I think half of us were from Strike One. Because all thanks to P.U.N.K and Peter's teaching. Big shout outs to them, big ups. So we'll be moving on to match 2. I'll choose to go first again. Let's see if we can do better this time. Again, we're thinking about how to play around hand traps. I think we had an opening in our hand, that's why we thought about whether to go into main or not. We'll start with Siren Effect. P.U.N.K gives the OK, we get Huffiness. And we missed again. Effect of Huffiness. So we get a Kit. Of course, Kit Trap is the best combo. Kit search trap. I don't understand why some people can not search the trap. Kit plus trap is literally like multiple interruptions. You need to search the trap whenever you can.
Where are they?
Yeah, we did have the branded opening with discard beast to search. And we'll just skip over this part. So we get so we'll search the branded fusion and draw one. I messed up the chain links there. P.U.N.K is very nice to let me take it back. Because we practice a lot, as we say. Yeah, Nib doesn't exist. Because as I said before, this is one of the crazy decks. You have to play into Nib. There's no way, like, you can play around all the other hand traps, cool, right? But we have to play into Nib if we want to stop them. So we dump Murley and Albaz, so we can get the double fusion. And we Siren as cost. No, so we send Huffiness, but we'll just continue. He's just double checking. Yeah, cool. So we will be fusioning the beast and Murley into a window, and we'll be fusioning the Albaz. Oop, yep. And then we'll fusion the Albaz and the Libellion into a protection for Winter, which is Mirror Jade. So just in case, he has Lightning Storm, just in case. But we're saying, we're just joking around about lying. We have everything on video, so we know whether we are cheating or not. So far, it doesn't seem like anyone misplayed or did any unintentional. So he desires, banish 10, draws 2. I just hope he doesn't draw evenly, Dark Ruler, any of those blowout cards.
Probably can't use this video. I'm doing exactly what I tell my viewers not to do. Overextend.
Yeah, well. Poe thinks a lot, but second game, nothing much to show off. He just scooped because we haven't. He didn't really draw anything, so we move on to game 3, the most important game. And then, we'll just pile shuffle. Skip the shuffling part. So Poe makes me go first, which kind of shook me.
Did you look at your hand first?
Yeah, we're just joking around. I did side out the trap because I was going second. I shouldn't have. Oh, I assume I was going second. I shouldn't have sided out the trap, honestly. Kit plus trap, insane. So you guys can see here. I go King of the Storm, search Poly. And then we'll begin with Instant Fusion again. I keep drawing Instant Fusion these days. Not bad. Not well, just against Poe, not against other players. Against good players, your luck get better. Kid effect. We weren't playing around a lot of hand traps here. Well, we will be playing into Ash, into Imperm, but I believe our hand was not too great. I believe we had an Alpha or P.U.N.K in hand because we were planning to go second. We'll have a field spell effect. See, the different lines we can go into is basically field spell into Rhino Heart into Kid. But why do that when we already have an instant fusion to bait out and negate 1-for-1? So let's say if we instant fusion out into Millennium Ice Restrict, there's no point because it doesn't play around the Imperm. It plays around Vela, it doesn't play around Imperm. So we're just trying to bait as many negates as possible right now. So now we mill 8. 1. So we actually mill okay this time, mill 8. So now we're thinking on chain links. So we mill a Beast, Siren, Albaz, Merly. And the 4 spells are not relevant. So we'll be fusioning the Siren off with Winder, with Beast to make Winder. We'll make a Winder, and I believe Merly and the fusion will make a Draco's Stepalia. Merly and Kid will make a Draco's Stepalia. Yep. Because we didn't search the trap, because we didn't have the trap, the M board looks kinda weak. But if we do survive this turn, we have a good crackback. Oof. Yeah, sorry the camera's a bit unstable because it is a $7 tripod. We keep the window from the evenly matched to hope that he can't kill us. Well, he can't kill us because of he uses battle phase, but we just don't want him to extend too much and set up so many interruptions that we can't play next turn. So Poe, after the game, did reflect that he wanted to keep the window on the board just so I can't play as well. he goes ZM in effect, paying 600 to search a Deonote. Yeah, the hand shuffle, I'll not learn that hand shuffle. That hand shuffle is actually, it's nice to listen to and it looks cool. If you see how I shuffle my hand, it's pretty whack. So he just tribute summons for Deonote, sets 1, pass turn. So I'm thinking, because I got done in by the trap, I'm just assuming that's another trap. And Winda doesn't have to be afraid of it just because she can't get destroyed by card effects. So we enter battle phase. The Deono's effect to summon Xiamen. We attempt to chain Call by the Grave, but it is in damage step, so I can't do that. That's an illegal action. It's been a long day at work, guys. It's been a long day at work. So we kind of know it's the trap. So we're just trying to bait it out so he doesn't have much. We're trying to get as much resources as possible. So we dump a name. We normal summon Reinhardt, dump Siren. I always like to dump Siren. Siren's so useless unless you're going first or like you have a lot of tier in hand. So now Poe's thinking whether to let me resolve this or not. Because I do get a lot more resources, so he DD Crows. But he knows I have the Call by the Grave, and DD Crow will hurt on my turn as well, so it's always nice to call by. That's why I also run call by now. If you call by a DD Crow, you'll save on your turn and their turn. For 2 turns, you'll save from DD Crow. It's insane. DD Crow really hurts this deck, and everyone's playing it. Everyone's having 3 in their decks. Try and fit Call by the Grave if you can. I'll be updating you guys with a new list as I do more testing. I have up the Rhino heart count, as you guys know. There's also the Call by the Grave edition. I want to optimize the list a bit more before showing you guys. So we were able to make Collider Heart just to out-resource him. We always want to out-resource our opponent. We didn't target the set because he just changed the set and I lose a card for nothing. At least we got rid of his Yaman. So he uses Foxy effect, thinking on the discard. Okay, discards Gamma. He was hoping I play hand traps. Probably he knows I don't play hand traps. He gets the Yaman again just to get more resources. So because my phone was recording, we couldn't record the life point. We couldn't keep it out of the life points. So we just manually in our head. So that was the third 600 he paid. So he paid 1800.
I mean, you could technically play around anything. You're gonna say everyone's inside. Yeah, I'll take whatever you want. Let's do like sequence.
So he searches Wagon. So Wagon searches a spell and trap. And if I target a P.U.N.K for attack or an effect, he gets to draw 1 card. So right now he's just trying to fish for more resources because he knows what I'm doing. And he's just unlucky not drawing into his outs to Winda. He plays a lot of outs for Winda. So he searched a field spell to dig even further. So because he uses 1 special summon for the turn, he can't special summon anymore.
Oh no,
Yeah, please ignore the memes. Allow it. So now we want to protect our window. We have P.U.N.K Alpha in hand. So we'll just special summon P.U.N.K, and we'll normal summon a Luba effective search. So I'm still, it's the same game plan, trying to out resource my opponent, protecting our window with our P.U.N.K. Because we did see him play the Gizmek Orochi. It is kind of a scary card. Search Branded Fusion just in case he outs the window. I'll have a crack back. I typically don't make a lot of like reading reading errors, but it was a long day at work, so you guys will see me do a few mistakes. So he has taken 35 life, and now 57. So now he's on 23 life, 2300. I set one and passed. I believe I set opening because I searched opening because I know I have a halfiness in hand, and if he ashes the halfiness, I don't get a mill, I don't get to special summon, and I don't get a fusion. So I set a branded opening for a force trigger. So you guys could use this to your advantage. Set opening. So he was crazy. He drew evenly input off the top. I do want to keep the opening because I get to force trigger my guys. I thought P.U.N.K could target my own cards. Yeah, so we kept the opening, so we nets us follow up and nets us a fusion. Like, it's crazy. Like, this is why we play branded T. It chain blocks. Just opening, branded opening, chain blocks. Gets us more fusions, gets us follow up. It's crazy. Play opening. Opening. Play branded T. But yeah. Yeah, well, I was planning to mute this, so we'll see if this version actually makes it to the final version. Let's hope we don't get a community strike. After this recording, I'm gonna have a look at the community guidelines of YouTube, and hopefully I don't get a strike. Yeah, we'll just beep out. Yeah, sorry the camera's shaking again. It's a bad tripod. Subscribe, like, and comment, you know, to make sure I can get a better tripod. So he knows it's opening. We'll just turn the audio up. I was thinking what could I have possibly said. Good players always think, what if my opponent interacts with me, right? So that's what he was thinking. Yes, he knows. He knows it's opening. So now we discard halfness, we get a fusion, we get branded fusion for follow up. It's crazy. Because he is on, I believe, 23 life points, we can just make Masquerade here and get the branded fusion. Now, we could stop here and just go straight into battle phase and attack, but of course we know he plays the Gizmek Orochi, so we wanted to play around Nibiru. If he activates Ash even, he will burn, then he'll probably just die, right?
So we lost 50 something. They fucking lost the match to 53.
Masquerade is a good choice here. Peter has cut Masquerade. Some tier players have cut Masquerade. I think it's an insane card. So go Brand Fusion. Again, we want to out-resource our opponent. We'll just go Beast and Albaz. The one Beast actually comes up a lot. Are we building the Beast? I believe. Oh, yes we are. Yes we are. So we'll get Lubellion chilling 1-2. Now we're just not. We're just playing around in Perm. We're trying to bait out as many interruptions as possible to see what he has. And now making Mirror Jade. I was thinking about making Draco's the Palia. I was thinking about what else does he have that could interact with me. But the best choice was still Mirror Jade at the end.
It's the Red Lotus.
It's not that bad. It's actually not that bad. Yeah.
Silver will beat Zeri, well, beat that's not Zeri, and the Silver's very good.
We'll get the Beast roll and we'll go into battle.
The Silver ulti is like so undervalued. It's so good. It's so fucking good.
So yeah, so he did have the Gizmek Orochi.
Again, I had so much faith in the attack chain,
So a fun fact of what I did here. So a lot of people, they can shark you, or like you'll notice, well, it's not really sharking, right? So it's the proper ruling. So let's say you declare an attack, and then your opponent activates an effect, and you don't chain to it, but at resolution you chose to activate an effect. That means you can't redeclare with that monster because you missed the redeclare window. So what I did is I declared with Mirror Jade, redeclared with Mirror Jade, and then chain Mirror Jade. So you can redeclare. Okay? Just something to keep in mind for my viewers.
They know who the Wing-Con is.
And we took a game, we took a match.
I was hoping I could misplay.
We-
And I can't.
Yeah, so yeah, that was the match, guys. Poe was very nice and very entertaining to play with. We did learn a lot just by playing with him. Big shout outs to Poe Jang. Big shout outs to Peter Metro for just always helping us get better. They decided to have fun today because it is not fun to always, win your own locals. He runs the store. Well, you want to win your own locals. So yeah, this match does not reflect how that I'm better than him. Definitely not. He is so much better than me. Don't start in the comments saying, oh yeah, this guy only won because of Mystic Mine. If you guys have met him, if you guys have played against him, no matter what deck he's on, he's very good. Okay, so with the disclaimer out of the way, thank you guys for watching this video. Topdeck out.